guys, it's Perry Angela Wickham and Kathy Abba of BluebonnetLove.com, and we are on the road in the Texas Hill Country giving our weekly Bluebonnet Bloom status update for the state of Texas. And I will begin with this. I'll try to keep this really short. I'll begin with Houston. It sounds like most of the fields that we have been reporting on the last several weeks are still the good fields for Houston to enjoy bluebonnets. It is hard for us to keep up with the Facebook page while we're on the road to see everything that everyone's reporting on, but it's White Oak Bayou. It sounds like anything down along TC Jester Boulevard along the Greenway trail, that there's bluebonnets down there. Now, I did start to see photographs where they're starting to get a little grassy and stuff. So Houston, you have been blooming for a little while now, so if you haven't gotten out to enjoy the bluebonnets yet, you need to get out there pretty soon, because with all the rain, the grasses are only going to get higher. So also for Houston, a good kid-friendly area is in Sugarland, or at least for the Katy Sugarland people. There still is Telfair subdivision, still has their nice bluebonnet patches along their lakes and their walking trail. So that's a good place for you guys for a kid-friendly field if you haven't gotten those photos yet. Also for the Brenham area, as we have always said this season, we've been getting a lot of mixed reviews. Some people have driven and driven and driven in that area and haven't seen any bluebonnets. Now the Indian paintbrushes are on fire down there, so you're going to see a lot of those. Some of the areas we repeatedly get reports for is the field behind Phillips Veterinarian Hospital on Paintbrush Road, which is located on the north side of Highway 290 between Chapel Hill and Brenham. And it looks like everyone's been able to get into that field. We've seen beautiful photographs, so we'd say it's kid-friendly in the sense of being able to get in there and get pictures. You guys keep in mind, rattlesnakes are out, and all other snakes, along with whatever vermin that Texas is famous. So be careful of where you step, stand, and sit. Also, another road we've repeatedly been getting reports on is Old Independence Road, which runs parallel with FM 50 between Brenham to Independence. We have not seen very many pictures of Old Baylor Park in Independence, Texas, which, like I said, is north of Brenham. So I don't think it's doing that great because people haven't been reporting on it. Other than that, you know, if you're hot for looking for bluebonnets and stuff in the Brenham area, I would definitely drive there with lowered expectations. The Whitehall field, that's located where the Whitehall Fire Department is, and that little grocery store, we've heard that that field wasn't doing as well, so it could have been a little early. Don't know. If you want to, go and check out that field. But there are some roads along, it's either, it must be FM 320 or County Road 320. There near Whitehall, you drive up and down that road, there are a few spots that there were some nice fields in that area. So San Antonio area, the area south, southeast, southwest of San Antonio, we called it no-go for this season. Guess they didn't get enough rain. We saw a few reports in the Lavernia area, but we really haven't seen any pictures of bluebonnet fields coming from that area. It's mostly been other Texas wildflowers such as drum and phlox. San Antonio people, though, McAllister Park is a great kid-friendly field in that area. We have seen some pictures come in that looked pretty nice. Also, it sounds like the area on Loop 1604 by Petrenko Road on that west side of San Antonio has been blooming very nicely. Now, you don't want to get your pictures on Loop 1604. That's a very high-speed area, but if you turn off on any of those side roads, you could definitely find some patches in that area. Austin, you guys have been blooming for weeks now. We have seen lots of great photos come in for McKinney Falls State Park, which is southeast of San Antonio near the Bergstrom Airport. Don't know how that field is doing. We haven't seen any pictures in about a week or so. Those of you that usually use the Brushy Creek Lake Park up in Cedar Park, we've heard those bluebonnets aren't that great. That park flooded twice in the last year, so those bluebonnets plants have probably been underwater and rotted by now. One highlight road, especially for you motorcycle riders, is FM 1431 is coming in sweet, all the way from Interstate 35 on into Marble Falls, past Marble Falls, and it is spectacular on the way to Kingsland. Kathy and I drove over there a couple of days ago, and we were impressed with 1431 from Marble Falls to Kingsland. We also went to Turkey Bend Recreation Area, sweet little fields you can get portraits in. It's situated very nicely. It has the Colorado River behind it, along with some mesquite trees on a ridge that diffuse the light for sunset. You could get some great portrait shots in that field. It's a very tender field, so do not stomp those bluebonnets. It's a small field. Turkey Bend is nothing like it was the last 2 seasons, but it is a very, very sweet field over there. 1431, as we spent all day Tuesday in Turkey Bend, and as we drove back out there, 1431 had bloomed even more. So we think it's nearing its peak right now. It definitely looked nice. Texas Hill Country, guys, that's where we're at right now. And without hesitation, you must get to the Texas Hill Country, especially for those roads out of Llano. We're talking Highway 29 from Burnett to Mason, gorgeous. Highway 71 from the 281 interchange up into Pontotoc. We are on Highway 71 right now. It is nothing but lined with bluebonnets and Indian paintbrushes all the way down. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I can't say it enough. Can you, wow. Kathy? Yeah.
This is gorgeous.
You gotta drive all roads out of Llano. So there's Highway 29, like I said, there's Highway 71 in both directions coming out of Llano, Highway 16 in both directions coming out of Llano. As you head north on Highway 16, we suggest you only go as far as Cherokee, as far as we know. We haven't driven any further north than Cherokee, so that, and as you get near what's called Baby Head Cemetery, I know it's a weird name, but it is stunning at that part of the road, so try to pull off safely and you can take pictures there. Also out of Llano, there is Ranch Road 152 to Castell, and you can also continue on that road to Highway 87. And then FM 2323 out of the Llano area all the way down to the Llano County line is stunning as well. It is Indian paintbrushes year out here as well. You will see nothing but Texas bluebonnets and Indian paintbrushes lining those roads. So you've got to get out here and see them. They are beautiful. Highway 87 between Fredericksburg and Mason. We drove that just today. And it's once you get into the Mason County line, then you start to see bluebonnets. But it's not a road that I would use as a destination to see the flowers. I would use it to get myself between Fredericksburg and Mason. So that's enough said. We're coming up on Highway 29 right now, so we'll take a look. Well, what we could do is we could take a right and head back to Mason, see what it looks like. Oh, we were going to go to Baby Head. Okay, sorry.
So to the left?
Yes, to the left, safely, please. Then the Belton Temple area and Killeen and Fort Hood, we're starting to see more photos and more reports for you guys, so we would get out on the roads this weekend and check out your area. On Highway 190, we've seen some photographs of places you can get off the road and take photos and things like that. Waco, Highway 31 and Highway 84 is what we would recommend. We also drove Highway 317 Easter weekend, and there was some flowers out there, but nothing spectacular yet. And then the DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth people, here's what we've done for you guys, because you guys are always coming in at the end of the season. You guys have been waiting patiently. Go to our Facebook page, Texas Bluebonnet Sightings, and we have pinned a post at the top of the timeline where we asked for only DFW sightings reports, and I can't believe it. First time in 5 years, everybody stayed on topic, at least up until this morning, okay? Someone's probably gotten on there and said something about some other place. But anyhow, it is full of at least 100 comments of different people reporting for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We've heard about Spur 408, the Highway 67 down there by Cedar Hill State Park. We have heard of one sad thing. Bluebonnet Hill on Highway 78 south of Wiley, or north of that town that is spelled S-A-C-H-E-S-E, Saxe. I don't know how to pronounce it. Bluebonnet Hill has been torn down, so it no longer exists, unfortunately. Another Texas bluebonnet field has bit the dust due to construction. So that is no longer an option. Also, we heard Rockwall has some bluebonnets. Flower Mound has some bluebonnets. Coppell has bluebonnets. So, Trophy Club and another town near Trophy Club, there were bluebonnets. Just go to our Facebook page, look at the top of the timeline. It is the post we have pinned to the top, and then start reading all those comments, and that's taking care of the Dallas-Fort Worth people. So, Ennis, last but not least, Ennis, guys, it sounds like Ennis is going to have roadside blooms this year. So, Ennis, as of a couple of days ago, was still telling us to tell you guys to wait another week or two. The fields are kind of sparse. Don't know if they're just early or if that's just what they're going to have. They had a lot of rain, and guys, the soil there at the Blackland Prairies is made of a lot of clay, and it holds a lot of water, and bluebonnets do not like having their feet wet. That's why all the roadside blooms are coming out, because they have the drainage that helps keep their feet dry, and then they can survive and they can thrive as well. So Ennis is still telling us to have you guys wait for another week or two, and we would probably tell you guys lower your expectations some and expect very beautiful roadside blooms, but you're probably not going to see as much of the rolling hills of bluebonnets. Now, another thing that's going on the internet, there are people, and in the media, there are people sharing, hang on a second, where are we going, babyhead? If we are, to the left. Left. You gotta take a left right now. So there are people sharing photographs of Mock Road Field as it was blooming in 2012. Oh boy, it's traffic jam time in Llano, Texas. So we're gonna be taking a left at this road if you can do it. If not, we're gonna take a left and figure our way out.
You might be able to on this.
Yeah, when this
truck.
Big old truck with a boat.
On
the back end of it. I tell you, it's a traffic jam in Llano right now. So expect pretty roadside blooms for Ennis, but probably this year they won't be having their rolling hills of bluebonnets, but it should still be nice. But Ennis is telling us to tell you guys to still wait another week or so. So here's how we would sum the state up. Some of you guys, like, you know, Brenham and Houston, the season might be winding down, so we highly recommend you guys get out this weekend. If you're itching to take a trip to the Texas Hill Country, we highly recommend it without hesitation. Get down here. It has been raining or drizzling practically every day this week, so the flowers have gotten freshened up. Now the trick is, once it starts warming up come Sunday, the grasses are going to start getting ahead of them. So we would recommend you get here this weekend. If you can't come until the following weekend, the flowers should still be here, but they're going to start competing with the grasses, so you won't get that beautiful, intense color of all the different flowers. So that does it for this week's Bluebonnet Bloom status update. We are on the road for another week still. I fly out April 9th. I think that's a Saturday. And that will end our Bluebonnet frolics for this season. We have been, well, so far we've been on the road for 2 weeks, but we will be on the road for a total of 3 weeks, which I think is the longest run we've had this time. So, anyhow, you guys get out in the bluebonnets this weekend. Have a great time. Be safe. Watch out for the snakes. We have seen reports of people being bit by the rattlesnakes and the bluebonnets. So be careful. And we will talk to you guys next week. in addition to our daily frolic reports as we're out here in the hill country. So you guys have a great weekend and be safe, and we'll see you next week.